guys, I just read a really cool question from my Facebook page, and it was so cool that I thought that I would come and do a video about it. And so that question was basically, how does one become more creative and, you know, to be able to make their own crochet or knitting designs, as opposed to having to have a pattern for absolutely everything. And I thought that that was such a good point to dissect, because a lot of people, they take creativity as something that's just innate, and in some cases it is. You know, you have people that are just blessed with the ability to make stuff out of thin air, and then other people, they kind of work through it, they work for it, they study for it, they develop an eye for things that are niche and unique in order to create them. But as I replied to this comment, most of the time when I draw my own creativity and put it into my designs and things like that, it's based off of a need or a strong desire to make something exist in a way that it doesn't currently stand. And that might seem really obvious, but for example, the Watching Me sweater, it technically existed already, but I wanted to make it something different, something my own. So that would be one of the instances where I could say, hey, I was really creative about this pattern, but it's really just a modification. And then of course other times there are designs that I put out there that really don't seem like they should make sense. For example, some of the ones that I'm currently developing, you guys might have seen some of the whip pictures that I've posted either to my stories or on my Twitter, and those don't exist really anywhere at all, and that makes me happy because it's something that's uniquely mine. But how do you get to that point? And I think that really that boils down to some non-crafty things first. So when it comes to training your creative muscle, we'll call it, I think that the first and foremost thing is just having your basic needs met, right? Because it's hard to be creative if you're struggling to survive, right? And so, you know, if you can pay all your bills and, you know, your living situation is good, you don't have anybody stressing you out constantly or whatnot, then that's a good environment for ideas to flow, because that's just, think about it, how the brain works. The more stressed out the brain is, the less functional it is, and obviously the less stressed out it is, the more capacity it has to be, I believe it's called elastic or plasticity, I forget, it's been so long, but that's basically it. So, okay, your base needs are met, you can pay your bills, you're housed, you're content, cool. Now from there, once you do get to dabbling into the creative arts, whether that's like painting or if it's related to the fiber arts, you can really just start with modifying things. Like say if you're in your comfort zone, because that's what a pattern is, right? A comfort zone. Step-by-step instructions on how to get it done. Cool. Start with that. You don't just have to reinvent the wheel off the bat. You can get, say, your favorite simple cardigan pattern, and maybe you want to modify it and add in an extra stitch pattern somehow. You know, if it's all single crochet or something, maybe you can add in a little waffle stitching across the band to cinch it in and make it look a little different. Or, you know, your favorite scarf pattern, something simple but something small, but you can start to make little tweaks to that. And as you get more comfortable making those small tweaks to a pattern that already exists, you start kind of branching out into making your own designs, especially if you are well versed in your craft's terminology and things like that. It's really not hard to dive into. And this lady's comment, she was concerned because she's an older lady, and I mean, age doesn't really matter with that. I had another community member respond to her in the meantime to say that she's even older than her and she feels like she's more creative now, that, you know, a lot of the busy era of her life is over. And so I just found that interaction really neat, and I hope that you might find this relevant or interesting or helpful to you. If you enjoyed that video, hopefully I'm still recording. If you enjoyed that segment, don't forget to follow for more content like this. Don't forget to leave me your comments. I love responding to comments like these. They make the whole crafterpreneur experience so much more interesting. And until next time, guys, happy making.